Yes, but by FJ TV, so I'm gonna try and speed run this because it's like my third attempt making the video. First one I was kind of mumbling a little bit, mincing my words, and I thought, let me start again, be clear, cut and concise. Second one, I got like 4 minutes in, I'd said some of the stuff I wanted to say. And then I got just a phone call, and of course it's gonna be just spam, some idiot trying to sell you something. Because it was a 01 blah 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 number, I thought, oh, it might be something actual worthwhile. So aside from that, let's get into the video. So firstly, a couple of days ago, I had the idea for doing this video. The title was going to be along the lines of like set yourself up for self-improvement success in 2024. And then of course, like always, as soon as I don't do that, not yesterday, day before, so like I said, a couple of days ago, I'm doing the meditation, the breath work. After I've said already, I've got back into doing the Muay Thai training, the Thai boxing, kickboxing, whatever you want to call it. And again, without getting too deep straight away, it's like, of course, it makes sense that everything in the sphere of martial arts, of course, it all fits together with, obviously, I've said already on the channel about semen retention, but your chi, your life force, as you hear them say, but obviously that, meditating, stretching, and obviously the hard physical training, but after the training, like I said, going into the meditation alongside the breath work. And like I say on this channel, understanding that you're in a simulated reality. None of this is real, yeah. I did want to keep this on the human level for the first part of the video. And then, like I said, I will delve into the deeper stuff. But as I was saying, my initial thought process for this idea of self-improvement, and I keep saying the stuff recently because it's still January, yeah. It's still the first month of the year. But blink, and before you know it, you know, we're going to be a few months in, and it's like, you know, we'll be closer to 2025 before you know it, which for me personally, that seems mad to say because I was still like conscious and sort of self-aware and lucid and, what's the word I'm looking for? Sentient maybe? I don't know. At like, you know, a young age, so it feels like time's been going slowly but then going fast in the same breath. But again, without getting on a tangent, because I don't want to have a specific point with this video. Like I'm saying, on a human level, setting yourself up for success with the self-improvement. Now me, I've already spoke about in this channel with like journaling and tracking stuff and like keeping like a diary. And one thing I've done, and I'll quickly show you this. So the camera will flip it, so I'm just holding it in front of me. Basically, there's 11 pages there. I'm pretty 99% sure that's going to flip. I'm looking at that and it looks backwards, but I'm pretty sure the way the camera's going to flip that should read how it should read, if that makes sense. Basically, like the whole, as I said, the entirety of Feb, and like I said, there's 11 pages including that one, so all the way to December. Literally, the 1st of Feb is a Thursday, and I'm just going to literally, from the moment I wake up, I write down everything I do, barring going for a piss. But literally the food I'm having, the training I'm doing, basically just being able to tick the box in your mind that I know I need to get up at a certain time, I know I need to be eating a certain way. Obviously going hand in hand with the training. I'll get to the calorie tracking in a minute. Yeah, training, the routines in the evening, the pre-bed stuff, like I said with the semen retention, and I've said, and I don't want to always bang on about it on this channel, but the same like I said with this idea of like wet dreams and shit, and I ain't even going to get on that tangent, but just in this idea of you can stop them, and it takes a routine and it takes a mental focus on, if I stick to this routine, I've eliminated it, so let go of the fear, like it ain't going to happen, and worst case scenario, it does happen, and then, you know what I mean, you ain't going to beat yourself up about it. But aside from that, like I said, in the evening doing like stretching or yoga, whatever you want to call it, the meditation and the breath work, all of that sort of stuff, and like I said, just tracking every single day, the same way I've got a folder in like my sort of book of notes, if you like, all of 2023. I can literally, you could give me a day in 2023, maybe give or take a certain like how specific on the time I can do, but for that day I can literally say everything I've done, you know what I mean? And again, I know some people might be like, that's a bit OCD, that's a bit weird, whatever, but for me it's like, if you're really on it, trying to improve your life, and you're really on it with the accountability and the self-improvement, and being able to see, okay, this is where I make mistakes, or this is where I catch myself being lazy, or whatever, it helps. And as I said, my sort of thought process for making a video, I'm saying, you know, set yourself up for success with the self-improvement in 2024. But then, like I said, when I did go into that meditation, and I thought, there's so much more I could say and there's so much more depth to the wisdom that I'm always trying to tap into. Same when I tap there on my head, your third eye, whatever. But even just in here, because really, if I close my eyes, I'm still sort of sat here for my sort of spatial awareness, self-awareness, yeah. I know I'm 5 minutes in, like I said, I don't want to drag this one on, because the same way it's going to get dark soon, so by the end of the video it'll probably be pitch black. And I got, again, Muay Thai, got to get ready and go soon as, really. So as I said, aside from that, like I said, with the journaling and tracking and setting yourself up for success, and really just keep a note of everything, and then writing a list of things that I know I need to be doing, things that are daily habits, weekly habits, monthly habits, whatever it may be. Same like I said with the semen retention, and again, not to bang on about it in this video, but I firmly believe you should track the days, because it's like, say if it's like a relapse or whatever, and then the day after, you know, is day zero. Well, like I said with the wet dreams, brother, and it's like the next day is day zero, because I see too many people on these YouTube comments, on these semen retention videos saying, nah, it's okay, or I'm on no fap, day 1000. Yeah, okay, bro. If you are, power to you, man, salute. But like I said, bro, until I'm seeing people that are really like, I'm on semen retention day 1000, because that'll be what? Almost 3 years, really. And again, like I said, whether that's true or it's not, let people do what they want to be doing. But for, like I said, me personally, said it in other videos, I've said it in shorts that's still available on the channel, because I know I've done my channel purge, so there's a lot less videos on my channel. Shameless plug, they're on my Patreon, £5 a month, but whatever. As I said, when you really track the days, not only do you catch yourself if you start like scrolling or whatever, because that's another thing you don't want to be doing with the self-improvement, and just time wasting in general. But you can start to see, okay, this is what leads me to a relapse in. If it's, I've maybe, go out with the boys, whether you drink or you smoke or whatever, and then it's, when I get home and I'm still in that sort of mindset and I've got other people's energies around me. And again, like I said, when I get deep with the spiritual stuff, bro, some people will turn off when they hear me saying stuff like this, but I'm going to keep going for the sake of the video. And you can see, like I say, from tracking everything, that's the mindset, the slippery slope that leads me to. Or then next thing you know, you catch yourself looking at the pixels, going through the motions or whatever, and then it's like, I don't want to be doing this. And then again, you can remind yourself, I'm on day 17, day 32, day 49, day 122, full semen retention. And then ask yourself, brother, you want that number to go back to 0. And as I said, bruv, like I say, when you really take the red pill, not the fake red pill, they're trying to, again, because there's always the distractions in this matrix, there's always the false entities trying to, no, here's what you want to. Same like I said, bruv, doesn't matter what this entity looks like, bruv. I'm just relaying the message, yeah. The same message that he's like, fuck what I'm saying, bruv. Do it for yourself, bro. Tap in for yourself, bruv. I'm just the messenger. Really, I'm just you in a different perspective. Same way I'm at this little, we could put a bullet point pin on a map and you're 100,000 miles that direction. Maybe that might be too many miles for you to be. You get what I'm saying? 1,000 miles that direction. You get me? But as I'm saying with that, even if you catch yourself in the moment with the meditation and with the breath work that I'm going to get onto in this video, I'm going to get to specific way of doing it. Even if it's just me saying it, obviously it's going to take trial and error and practice, but it is what it is. Where you can bring yourself out of that mindset, refocus, and even then make a note of it, like, bruv, almost. But again, I'll leave that to one side because I know I'm rambling a little bit. I am and I'm not, but it is what it is. Like I said, my first initial thought for this specific video, because I know I've been slacking for this month with getting the content out, like I said, was the self-improvement stuff, or like a list of things. Then, like I said, the second I did that meditation 2 days ago, and I was really like doing the breath work, and I'm getting all these thoughts firing in my brain, I'm making notes, and I'm like, this is the reason I started the channel, bruv. Not only from when I heard other people speaking, and I thought, I can do that a bit better, or they're saying this and I'm thinking this, so I've got other things to say to add to it. Not just when I was caffeinated and I was doing a gym session, or where it was the Muay Thai back in the day, and in the evening I'm trying to meditate, but I'm just closing my eyes and all these thoughts are rattling in my brain. All of that to one side, on top of the fact of, like I said, I started doing the breath work with the meditation, and you really just get that psychedelic feeling of like, oh yeah, it's not real. Not only just someone else says it's not real, not just me seeing some dumb shit and thinking, nah, whatever. like I said, really through this POV, even though because everything glazes over for a hot second. As I said in previous videos that aren't even on the channel anymore, doing this breathing practice in nature, I was stood barefoot in like this sort of collection of branches in a tree that kind of look like a hand like that coming out of the ground, doing the breath work and getting to a point where I literally had to stop myself falling over, and I was like looking around and it's not real, bruv. I'm just projecting this consciousness through this vessel named Josh on the FJTV YouTube channel, yeah. That's 10 minutes gone. Let me get on to the couple of things I want to say, and then I do need to get ready. Well, upload this and then get ready and go train. As I said, because this is like my third attempt at making this video, I'm not too sure what I've said so far in this one in terms of the other one I did before someone interrupted with a phone call. And as I said, it was just a spam, cold call, whatever. But as I said, there are levels to it. So firstly, I'll get onto the breathwork practice. So one of the ones I've done, if you research the microcosmic orbit that a guy called Mantak Chia talks about in one of his books, I think the audio books on YouTube, but whatever. Certain breathwork practice, obviously talking about with semen retention and why you should want to retain, for all the reasons that we know. But like I say, there's levels to this shit, and there's levels with the red pill. And as I was starting that tangent, not the fake red pill that people try and give you to still keep you in a nice, neat little box of like, it's the Matrix, so what you need to do is get your money in. Blah, 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 blah. Like, of course, yeah, that's one thing, bruv, yeah. Because it's like freedom tokens. You can just push everyone away for a little bit and climb the mountain a little bit. But you're still here, so what are you going to do with your time here and this energy? And as I said, bruv, if it doesn't take any sort of drugs or anything, you can literally do it with this vessel that, again, you're plugged into. But again, without waffling too much. So a quick little thing, I'm going to explain my way of doing it and then we'll go from there. So you always want to do it sat down for a couple of reasons, but the main one, you don't want to just pass out and KO, which ironically I've done a couple of times, which is kind of funny. But if you do it sat, you don't want to like arch your back to the point where you're sort of hyperextending your spine as much as you might think that's sitting with your back straight. It's almost like you're slouching your hips a little bit, but your spine's aligned, yeah, and you're sort of tucking your chin in a little bit like that, almost like, see, you're getting that sort of double chin effect. Because if you like this, again, you're not fully, I don't say it's hard to do like one-handed on a video, but you get what I'm saying. Let me see if I can speed run this for a YouTube short. So again, like I said, sitting 90 degrees, trying to align your spine, tucking your chin, sticking your tongue to the roof of your mouth. You hear people say about mewing, where they're like, that sort of thought process with the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Inhaling, you want to keep your mouth closed, but if when you exhale out your mouth, doesn't really matter. Again, bruv, there's some people that were like, you need to do it this and this. Bruv, find what works for you, yeah? So as I said, sat 90 degrees, we're inhaling. The mind-muscle connection you want to build, again, it goes hand in hand with the gym and the training, being able to put your brain almost in different parts of your body for your awareness and the feeling. But the feeling we're going for, you get a lot of people saying about your pelvic floor, like you're stopping, going for a piss. Now, me personally, I realise this is going to be longer than a minute for the short, but it is what it is. I could do it in parts, I suppose. There's two ways of doing it. Me personally, I'm saying the best way I've found, and it's the same way, it's called the testicle breathing, is another way of calling it. Or that might be like two different things, but again, for the purpose of the video, forget it. Doesn't really matter. Like I'm saying, we sat 90 degrees, align that spine, tucking your chin, tongue on the roof of your mouth, breathing through your nose. You want to do a full inhalation, and the way you're tensing in your lower regions, it's like almost like you're pushing out, having a piss, yeah. Which I know sounds weird, so again, you don't want to be doing this when you need to go to the toilet, obviously. You might catch yourself doing this a couple of times and suddenly you feel like you need to go to the toilet. Obviously, do your business, do your thing, whatever, come back to it. But it's the thing of almost like you're pushing your inner abdominal wall and you feel the pulling sensation. And if you do looking down, bro, you'll see, without being crude for the sake of a YouTube video, but you'll see your testicles rise a little bit because the musculature that's going to pull them up, that tenses them in, is the same ones in your lower abs, yeah. So again, I'll do it right now where I'm sort of pushing and you feel that sort of pressure in your lower region like you're pushing out a piss. Doing that while inhaling is a bit hard to do with one hand, but it's almost like you're pushing against yourself, while pulling at the same time. Really weird to explain. I'll have to do this in another video. I've got two hands to articulate what I mean. If I still had the whiteboard that I left at my old house, it'd be a lot easier to do the diagram. But whatever that, I'm just going to keep chatting. So we're doing that full inhalation, then still tensing, but relaxing a little bit to exhale, still tensing, and you might feel like your stomach's sucking in a little bit, then same again, inhalation. So that's the second time, again, full inhalation, still tensing, exhale, again, still tensing. Then that last third one, because sometimes it only takes 3 breaths, bro. As soon as you get to a full inhalation, whether you relax completely, or whether then you tense your pelvic floor, like you're stopping a piss, still holding your lungs, focusing your attention here, or whether you got your eyes open anyway, and it's that third exhale. So like I said, everything just, you might catch yourself being a bit sort of like trying to sort of regain consciousness for a second. Now again, I'm self-aware, bruv. I'm 16 minutes into the video. I'm going to lock it off in a sec. Like I said, I need to get ready and go train anyway. But it just popped to me and I'm like, I need to stop saying, I'm going to do a video on the breath work and actually get one out there. So this is my one sort of introductory to it. I think my next video I might have to just film myself sat there and trying to do it. I know it'd be quite funny to see if on camera I sort of go a little, ooh, you know what I mean? But again, from doing that, that is when you'll get some sort of quick thoughts coming into your head. You'll start thinking of certain things, maybe something that's been on your mind for a while. You might figure something out. I don't really know. For you personally, obviously. At the bare minimum though, like I said, if you really get good with this practice, like I said, I hold my hands up, bro. I've been slacking with this shit, yeah. I said to myself a long time ago, I need to be doing this every single night. Every single night before I go to sleep, alongside doing the stretching with full inhalation, exhalation, then doing that when I'm sat meditating, whether you sit with your legs crossed, whatever, or you do it lying down. And as I said, all the other stuff I'm trying to be doing, I'll leave the video there. But like I'm saying, at the bare minimum, bruv, the feeling you get is like, oh yeah, none of this is real, bruv, yeah. So again, having said that, using that information, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your time here? Excuse me. Because as much as time is an illusion, the only thing that exists is the here and now in this physical. But we see the sun coming up, the sun going down, the moon coming up, the moon going down, bruv, yeah. It's still almost like you're living inside of a clock to a degree, if you get what I'm kind of saying. And the good thing is, bruv, we do get to leave, yeah. Like I say, bruv, some people, again, I feel like there's levels to this spiritual awakening, there's levels to spiritual maturity. Because as I said, bruv, some people will want to sort of put themselves on that pedestal and be like, I'm holier than thou, and you... Nah, bruv, we're just on our own little, you know, life paths, whatever. That ultimately, on the deepest level, bruv, is just the ultimate source of consciousness existing in different perspectives, yeah. Imagine each one of my fingers and my thumb is a different person's perspective, but we're all connected to the same hand, to the same arm, to the same being. You get me? Cool. I'll leave the video there, like always, man. Steps on your purpose. I hope this helped. This was a bit sort of rambling a little bit, but I need to break the cycle and not making content. But like I always said, man, steps down your purpose. Let's fucking go.